Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. My coverage of the Steam Winter Sale rolls on in this video, and we got deals under $20. We get to breathe a little bit with a little bit of a higher price threshold, and there's obviously a ton of great stuff under the price of $20. And obviously, under $20, we are still just scratching the surface of everything that is available, but we've got about 12 deals to go over, so let's get right into it, and let's get started with Horizon Zero Dawn Complete Edition, 75% off for $12.49. Love me some Horizon. I think Horizon Zero Dawn is a fantastic game. I love the gameplay. I know some people aren't crazy about it, but I thought it was enjoyable. Open world, has a lot of content to it. PC version did have some issues at launch, but it's much better now, and the game itself is great. The story is really strong as well. It unfolds at a really solid pace. A lot of mystery attached to it, and by the end, it's a very satisfying experience. And of course, we have the sequel in Horizon Forbidden West scheduled for a release in early 2024. I think early March makes sense for Forbidden West, but we'll see how that turns out. And Forbidden West is being worked on by Nixxes directly, so hopefully that PC version is killer. But $12.49 for Zero Dawn, great deal, and you do get the Frozen Wilds expansion, which is quite nice. Next up, we got NieR Automata, 60% off for $15.99. This is the Game of the Yorha edition. NieR Automata is awesome. It's got that stylish, slick Platinum Games gameplay. That's not super over the top like a lot of other Platinum titles. Like, it is pretty over the top, but at the same time, it works well. It works really well. Awesome soundtrack. The story can be a little bit confusing, but once you go through it multiple times, it comes together pretty nicely. I thought NieR Automata was awesome, and I would strongly recommend it. It's been holding up in price for quite a while, but it being down to $15.99, I think that's a pretty good price, and I would definitely give it a recommendation. Next up, if you're looking for something super story-heavy, Detroit Become Human is 60% off for $15.99. This is done by Quantic Dream, who have done Indigo Prophecy. They did Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls. All those games available on PC as well. Detroit was their last release, and it came out, I want to say, back in 2019 or 2018 on PlayStation. Then it got ported over to PC. The game is great. A futuristic story, and obviously very choice-driven. What I always recommend with the Quantic Dream titles and just choice-heavy games in general, go through it once without a guide, feel the consequences of your decisions, feel the impact of your decisions, and then if you want to replay it at some point, use a guide, by all means do that, but I think that's the best way to tackle these style of games. The visuals are great as well for $16, definitely a good pickup there, but obviously, it is very much a story experience, so keep that in mind. Next up, we got Yakuza Like a Dragon. It is down 80% to $11.99. Gotta give this a mention as we are coming up on the release of Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, which definitely you'll want to play Yakuza Like a Dragon prior to that. I know if you are familiar with the RGG titles and Yakuza 0, Kiwami 2, maybe Like a Dragon had a stark gameplay shift that you weren't a big fan of, but I still thought the game overall worked out really well. A great new main character. I mean, everybody loves Kiryu, but Ichiban is a nice lead as well. And obviously with Infinite Wealth, you'll have both at the helm of the story, so that'll be pretty exciting. Game is really good. It has a lot of content, and if you haven't played Yakuza 0 through Yakuza 6, you can still play Yakuza Like a Dragon. It's just, I would recommend you to play 0 and 1. Maybe not, you don't have to play Kiwami 1 through 6, but have a familiarity with Kiryu's story prior to Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. It's a lot of games. I know it's kind of a daunting undertaking when you look at all of those titles, but that's my 2 cents on that. $12 for Like a Dragon, however, is great. Next up, we got Forza Horizon 4, 67% off for $19.79. This fits the threshold of under $20. Forza Horizon is always a game that I enjoy. Like, every outing has been rather solid to me, and I thought Horizon 4 was quite good. Now, these are games that I kind of just mentally check out, enjoy the scenery, enjoy driving around, and have a pretty good time with it. I always usually, when these games drop, play them through Game Pass until they get to a price threshold that I'm comfortable with spending money. Horizon 5 has not gotten to that low of a price point yet, but for me, Horizon 4 did, and it is in fact now in my Steam library, and I'll go back and jump in on it on there now. But yeah, Horizon 4 is a great game, and I would recommend it. Open world arcade racer, a lot of fun, definitely would recommend it. A lot of bonus content, downloadable content, and things of that nature, so keep that in mind. If you want all of it, it can get pricier. Next up, we got Tales of Arise, 50% off for $19.99. Of course, we just recently had the release of this game's expansion, Beyond the Dawn. You don't need to get that right now. There is the Beyond the Dawn edition for $45. Beyond the Dawn is a $30 expansion, so That's how they work that price point out. Tales of Arise is great, and really, if you've never played a Tales of game, this is probably the one that I would recommend you to start off with, being that it is a game that visually looks better than a lot of the other games. The gameplay is really good. The cast of characters, I think, is good. Like, don't get it twisted, like, I like Alphen as a lead, but compared to Tales of Abyss and Luke, Tales of Vesperia, Yuri, Berseria with Velvet, I wouldn't say Alphen is at that level, but it's a fine cast of characters at the helm of the story. And overall, the game is still quite good. 1999 is great. Hoping that Bandai Namco decides to do a remake of Tales of Abyss, and that's the next one that they're going to put out. That probably won't be the case. They're probably not going to remake Abyss. They're probably going to remaster it, but I think that game deserves a ground-up remake. But can't have all the nice things in the world. Next up, we got Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, 75% off for $14.99. I loved DBZ Kakarot, and it's a good retelling of the DBZ story. There are some omissions that are a little bit head-scratching, but overall, the game is still really good, and again, a solid retelling of the start of the series with DBZ, with the Saiyan Saga, all the way up to the end of the Buu Saga, so you get the whole story here, and it's a lengthy game. Like, you're talking, depending on how much content you do, like a 30-hour JRPG, even longer than that, and there is some bonus content. There's DLC available for the game. The Legendary Edition is $48, which some of you guys are going to be like, what is up with that wild price? But that's because Season Pass 2 came out earlier this year and still goes for $40. To give you guys a rundown of what the Season Pass content includes. So the base game takes you through the whole DBZ storyline. Season Pass 1 includes some Dragon Ball Super stuff, as well as the big thing is the alternate timeline Trunks story. So Trunks and Future Gohan, I should say Future Trunks and Future Gohan versus the androids of that timeline and all that good stuff. Then Season Pass 2, we have 2 of the 3 pieces of DLC released so far. The first piece of DLC is the Bardock story, and then the second piece of story is the original Dragon Ball, the World Tournament. So, you know, we still are waiting what the third season pass is going to be. Fingers crossed on something with Broly. I just feel like that would be kind of a missed opportunity if they don't do something with Broly in the final piece of DLC, but we'll see how that turns out. Who knows? They might even do a season pass 3 for the game, depending on how the first 2 season passes do. There's obviously a lot of Dragon Ball content to go around, but even if you get the base game, 75% off for $14.99 is a really good deal there. Next up, Red Dead Redemption 2, 67% off for $19.79. Brothers, it's Red Dead Redemption 2. You guys know how I feel about this game. Arthur Morgan is one of the goated main characters. Wild West is a great setting. Red Dead is better than GTA, baby. Maybe you guys don't agree with that last one, but for me, Red Dead is more up my alley. I like the more mature tone of the story, the engaging characters, and again, the setting. Wild West is just one of those settings that honestly, growing up, I wouldn't have thought that this would be one of my favorite settings, but I love Wild West. I thought Red Dead 1 was awesome and kind of introduced me to that, and then Red Dead 2, you know, was great as well, but I can definitely get down with a good Western, and Red Dead Redemption 2 is a really great one. A story is awesome, and the cast of characters is great. Twists and turns. Is it a little bit slow in the initial portion of the game? Sure, but it does build up really, really nicely, and I think ultimately it turns out to just be a phenomenal game. Next up, we got Days Gone, 75% off for $12.49. This is a really good open world game by Sony Bend Studio. It's not at the level of the best PlayStation releases, but it's still a pretty damn good one. And really, what handcuffed this game on the PlayStation 4 was the technical issues. Like, it had a lot of technical limitations. Those are obviously greatly alleviated on the PC, and the PC version is quite good. So overall, for $12.49, like, Days Gone is a good open world title. Probably never going to get a sequel for it. It looks like Bend Studio is working on something entirely different, but nevertheless, $12.49 for this is quite good. Next up, we got Stray, 34% off for $19.79. It seems like people really like their cat games these days, and this one, a little bit on the shorter side, but very much worthwhile to play. The atmosphere is great, the setting's great, and it's a very chill style of game. It's got 117,000 Steam user reviews as well. It's got to be like 98% positive. Like, it's 97% positive. I wonder, like negative reviews for like a cat game this good. I feel like, come on, man, why are you giving negative reviews to Stray? But nonetheless, $19.79 for it. Maybe it's a little overrated in the sense that, you know, 117,000 reviews and 97% positive to some people may sound wild for the style of game it is, but you know what? It's a well-done game, and there's a reason why people really like it, and why there seems to be a lot more cat-focused video games coming out now. Now, Cat Quest has been around for a long time, so credit to them. That's a good one as well. Next up, we got Hades, 50% off for $12.49. You guys already know what this is about. Supergiant Games' real biggest title that they've put out. Like, credit to Bastion Bastion, Transistor Pyre, those games were great, but Hades is on another level in terms of worldwide recognition and appeal. The art style is great, the gameplay loop is awesome, a lot of replayability, and we talked about 117,000 reviews being insane for Stray. How about 222,000 reviews with 98% positive reception? Yeah. That is insane. Hades 2 is in the works, coming out in 2024, but for now, Hades 1, $12.49, great pickup there. And lastly, an action roguelike that I love, Dead Cells, is 50% off for $12.49. Now, there is quite a bit of DLC for the game. We do have a plethora of different bundles available, particularly the Medley of Pain bundle is 50% off for $25.15. Now, this gets you everything. This gets you the Bad Seed, the Fatal Falls, Queen of the Sea, and the Castlevania DLC, which the Castlevania DLC is tremendous. This one's got 123,000 reviews and 97% positive. This is the kind of game that, honestly, going into it, I didn't expect I was going to like it as much as I did. And it starts off fairly simple, but then once you play it more, like, you realize this game has a ton of depth to it, and it's a very, very engaging game. A lot of replayability here as well. And given that this Metroidvania roguelite style of games is, there's an abundance of these games on the market right now. Dead Cells is the one that I really got into, so obviously I'm going to give this game a recommendation when I get the chance, and $12.49 is a great price for it. Would strongly recommend it, and credit to Motion Twin because they created a game that was super, super popular here with Dead Cells. But that is going to do it for me. Again, a lot of great deals under the price of $20. Links to all of these will be in the description box down below. Check it out, and I do want to thank you guys for all of the support and the positive comments that you guys have been leaving. It really does mean a lot to me, and I really do appreciate all of the support. Trying to end the year on a high note and then, be on a positive swing towards 2024. I know it's been kind of inconsistent with this channel sometimes. Like guns blazing, uploading videos all the time, but I'm really trying to make 2024 a better year than some of the recent years, so we'll see how far I get with that. I feel like I have that diatribe all the time, but that'll do it for me. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.